Welcome, everyone, to episode 56 of the CPA-fol podcast. Enough of that. I think for the time being, I'm literally just going to can the whole, starting soon thing. I get it. I get why people do it. But I feel like for the replay, which I feel like is a lot of the views is in the replay, people come in, they catch the live stream after the fact. I just want to keep it nice and tight in the intro because sometimes you guys know me. If I have that starting soon as a cushion, it's just gonna linger and linger and linger. So as people are filing in, we're gonna just kind of talk about the channel a bit. Talk about, of course, I'll get to the topic. Why do I hate Lego Castle so much? What a great question that is, and we'll get into. If that's even true, do I actually hate Lego Castle? If you've seen any of my videos recently, you probably might guess that I hate Lego Castle, but I promise the answer might not be what you expect. It might not be what I expect. I'm going to we're going to dig into that a bit tonight, and I'm really excited to see where this one goes, just because I feel like depending on where the chat takes us, depending on where the eve takes us, this could go a number of places. So while I'm kind of warming up the chat a little bit, make sure you sound off if you're hanging out in chat right now. I know we've got a couple people there right now. 6 viewers, 9 likes. Hey, we've got more likes than viewers right now. That's either a good thing or a bad thing. I haven't decided yet. But Riley is in chat. CPA loves Lego. Yeah, I do love Lego. I hope I hope that's apparent to all of you here today. You hear this wonderful evening, and here to talk about, once again, Castle, Bricklink Designer Program. If there's any questions, obviously sound those off. Work is beating me down, to say the least. I did this week. Did a cool 70 hours this week. Right before I went live, I was telling Mrs. CPA, I have a stream tonight. She's like, oh, you have a stream tonight? She didn't know. To be fair, I didn't tell her. And I was like, yeah, just give me a quick one. We'll make it happen. We'll make it work. So we'll see how this goes. Let's see if we can make sure you sound off if you're in chat. I want to know who's here, who's watching, who we're interacting with in chat. Let's see. Jake Vossen in chat, all caps. I'm trying not to say the first message just because... Betty Tozer? The first thing this individual said was a phrase from modern culture, if you will. So I don't know if I'm quite on par to be able to utter those words, but here we are. I did say sound off. I appreciate it. But as we're going through, I'm curious. Yeah, no, have to stay hydrated. I'll be honest, the last couple of days I haven't been drinking as much water as I should be drinking. So I'm kind of catching up today. I was this close to having a coffee today, and I thought to myself, it is going to do me so much more harm than the little bit of enjoyment that I get from the flavor. So it's just not going to be worth it at all. So I decided I'm going to opt out of that. Not going to do that. Just focus on drinking some water. So as we're warming up, Lego Castle. How many of you in chat are big fans of Lego Castle? Whether it's the official theme, Lego Castle theme, whether it's offshoots of Lego Castle. Of course, we've had some revitalizations of Castle, like El Dorado Fortress, right? That came through. Was that through the Ideas program, or was that just that maybe an Icons? I think it was an Icon set. So we've had a couple of iterations of Castle come through for us. Hello, Delusion Break. Thanks for stopping by tonight. Great to see you. I know it's late for you. I don't do you you all over in Europe any favors. I apologize for that. But thank you so much for stopping by. I know I'm sure you'll catch the end of this later on. But of course, a couple people in chat. Riley, obviously. Jake. I did say sound off. If it's not Jabba's Palace, I am not interested. And then, of course, Betty Tozer. I'll just call you Tozer. How about that? Loves Castle, or likes Castle at the very least. Appreciate that, Aaron. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for hopping in chat today. Great to see you this evening. And yet, Delusion Brick, 3 a.m. in the morning. That is absolutely crazy. I can't imagine that. I mean, I can, because I've been there several times this week, but I was going to sleep. I was not staying up. I was going to sleep. Back to Lego Castle, I think, and this is going to be focusing mainly on the Bricklink Designer Program, surprise, surprise, just because a lot has been going on lately with the Bricklink Designer Program. So if I pull up the old BDP website, we just had Series 4 was open for pre-ordering. So I'm also really curious, any of you in chat right now, did any of you pre-order any of these items? Really curious to hear what is being pre-ordered in chat. I'll give you all a spoiler alert, and the title of this video, the title of this episode might help you, that I didn't purchase anything. I didn't purchase any of these BDP sets this series, which kind of shocked me, honestly. Just because you all know I love the Bricklink Designer Program. I love the sets they put out. But it was just something about the series. There were two things in this series that really kind of struck me away from pre-ordering anything. Jake has a question. Since this is a CPA channel, my wife has 3 privately contracted jobs to supplement 2 incomes. My 2 incomes that both have W-2s. So basically, if she's getting 1099s, and of course this is not official tax advice. This is just me telling a friend. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the income from both. I'm giving you the answers, honestly, that you can find on Google. I was gonna go into it. I was gonna go deep into the CPAing, even though I'm an audit CPA. I'm not a tax CPA, which I feel like I have to say that every time, because every time people kind of assume that, which is fine, I guess. Let's see. Oh, Tozer, you didn't pre-order any? Okay, so you did pre-order some of the BDP. Which ones were on your pre-order list? Or crowdfund list, if you will. So initially, I wasn't too excited about this series. Obviously, if you saw my video from way back when, you would know why. And I don't think it's a surprise. I feel like I've always had to defend the fact that this series is controversial. I feel like anyone that is in tune with the BDP on sort of any basis, like, they should know if they're kind of sort of deep into it. But this is controversial solely because there were 2 castle sets in one series. Like, full stop, that's it. Two from one theme were in one series. Like, strictly one theme. So sometimes people like to throw back at series 1 and say, well, this one had 2 buildings, or 3 buildings. It had train station, Ocean House and Mushroom House, they're all buildings. Well, not quite. Brick Cross can be train and building. Ocean House can be building and whatever the sort of fantasy. This one is kind of fantasy, but it's small. Like, they all have different categories that they fit under. And so if you can fit in multiple categories, then you're not going to be restricted to just like, oh, castle. Oh, it's a castle. But when you go to series 4 that we just had, Seaside Market, Siege Encampment, they're both castle. They're straight up both castle. I don't know, unless someone in chat has seen something different. Unfortunately, when a set becomes a finalist, you are unable to see its historical category, which I don't like that. I wish they would update that, solely because you can't search it down below. You can only search the ones that were not chosen, which I'll confirm. Yeah, see, you can't. No, not Ocean House. Merchant boat. Yeah, see, you can't find the merchant boat down below because it was a selected finalist. And unfortunately, they don't even show the category in here either, which is kind of a bummer. So that's more or less my main gripe with Castle, was coming from this early series. Now, don't get me wrong, if we go back to Series 1, the Stronghold, or the Mountain Fortress, I should say, it is an amazing design. Of course, Sleepless Nights, he was Siege Encampment. Amazing design for Mountain Fortress. This, of course, seeing it in person kind of does change the way I look at some of this. But, I mean, you still have to take into consideration what they're giving us, what the other availabilities are, and then just how the vibes are. Like, what's the smell test giving you? And a lot of people, they'll throw shade at the BDP because of pricing, but I mean, if you look at it, parts per piece, price per piece, I should say, 2,600 pieces, 230. Like, it's there. The overall value is there. I don't know. It's just sometimes it feels like, I don't know what it feels like. Like, maybe you just want a little bit more there with some of those designs, some of those sets. So then if we go on to, well, actually, no, let's stick around on Series 4 for a little bit. So with Series 4, the pre-orders just happened. They just occurred. And surprise, surprise, Medieval Seaside Market sold out first. It sold out within, if I recall, I think it was 3 hours. So it was pretty much on par with what we've seen with Mountain Fortress. And so obviously, I like very, very clearly, Bricklink could choose all 5 castle sets for these, and they would all sell out or be well over close to selling out. Unfortunately, we've got these sets in here like Riverside Scholars, which still funded. That's a win. That's a good thing that they're funding. People still want them. Merchant Boat is funding. Wild West Train, I think there's a chance it could get to funding. Actually, let's see. I want to see what the margin left. Here we go. Which one are we looking at? 81%. So, okay, so the margin left means that's how many, that's the percent. So we can see right now the Wild West Train is at 81% of selling out. Now, I know I am a CPA, but that doesn't mean I have to be good at mental math. Just shy of 24,400 units. So, and I think I just cycled through. I've got these shortcuts on that kind of are messing with stuff. Let's go back to that. BrickQuest says Castle is definitely the big winner. It really is. And I know, obviously, the Castle fans, they should be, well, okay. Here's a bit of information that I think people do not understand with Castles being hype right now in the Bricklink Designer Program. So one of the rules, not rules, but one of the barriers that a set has to go through to be selected for the Bricklink Designer Program is going up against the Lego portfolio. So if you're going up against the Lego portfolio as a Castle set, it's basically telling you, hey, these are sets that Lego will not be producing in the next year. Or at least Lego doesn't think it's going to be competing with a set on shelves for the next year or year and a half. So what does that tell you? Chances are, we're probably not getting a Wild West train or any sort of train that could compete with this set in the next year and a half. I'll put a wider swath on it, year and a half. We're not getting one of those anytime soon. And I don't know how tight, how strict you want it to go. Medieval Seaside Market. We're not getting any sort of medieval castle set that is going to resemble this. Now, of course, this does resemble fairly closely the Lion Knight's castle. I feel like it has that same vibe. Is this... And obviously, because it's a Lion Knight's Seaside Market, so it's going to resemble the Lion Knight's castle. Richie in chat, CPA the GOAT, appreciate it. Appreciate the kind words. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're having a great evening tonight. Hope you're having a chill evening. Thanks for stopping by. I'm just going on a tirade about castles in the Bricklink Designer Program. You know, just another Tuesday or Saturday. What? I don't even know what day today is. Lego won't be putting another solid train out till Orient. That's fair. That's a good point. When does that set retire? I don't immediately remember when the Orient train is going to be retiring. But yeah, no, I'd probably agree with that as well. That's been around for 2-3 years at this point. I do have to admit, kind of even more so for not being a castle person, I'm even less of a train person. So I appreciate this design. Wild West train, it is a beautiful design. It looks fantastic, but it's not for me. Mainly because like $280, it feels right. Maybe $250 would feel a little better, but I'm like, man, I could put so much money somewhere else. Actually, you know what just came to mind? This, now I'm literally about to do a live buy right now because one of my favorite, actually probably my favorite singular video game of all time is Red Dead Redemption. What does this whole thing scream? Yeah. This whole thing screams Red Dead Redemption, which I could probably make a Red Dead Redemption short with this thing in the background, and it probably would pay for it. Why? I didn't think I would join this stream, create this stream, and then convince myself to buy a Bricklink Designer Program set. I really didn't think that was in the cards in the slightest. But here we are. I know I will be making a Red Dead Redemption 2 short at some point. So I know that's a fact. Like, I'm going to be doing that. And there's so many good minifigure parts in here as well. Like, literally, this one right here just straight up looks like Arthur Morgan. Like, he's got the beard. He just needs a different hat. He's got the blue jacket on. Chat, talk me off the ledge. Talk me off the ledge, chat, please. I've got 20 days or less to decide because this thing could potentially be selling out at some point. Oh, my word. I love Red Dead Redemption. Maybe I am a trained person, honestly. Maybe I am a trained person. It literally is calling my name right now. It's saying, CPA, buy me. Buy me right now. How much it? 280. So then after tax, it's going to hit like close, basically 300. So let me do some calculating right now. Times, of course, I'm going to be doing a bunch of, I need to turn those keystrokes off right now. Now you can't see me at all. Here we go. I have another laptop sitting right in front of me just to monitor the chat and monitor things, and I should just be using that one. Hey, Moments of the Magic. Great to see you here as well. Great to see you tonight. So to take this home, oh, dear me. It'll basically cost $300 on the dot after tax. And then, so to make $300 on a short, you have to get, let's be conservative. You have to get about 1.8 million views. Do I think I could get 1.8 million views out of this Lego set? Probably out of 2 shorts for Red Dead Redemption. I feel like I could do it. I feel like it's possible. Because Red Dead Redemption is one of those sets that I feel like is one of those video games that's kind of always culturally relevant. Like, people are always making videos about Red Dead Redemption. New people are always finding the game. So I feel like it's slightly safe. I'm going to have to think on that one. I'm going to have to keep a close eye, because that could be really good. That could be really good. But then the pressure's on. So just to give you all kind of a little look behind the curtain, when I look into buying things for a future short, in my mind, like that's the drop dead of this thing has to do well. Whereas if I'm just making a short from stuff I already have, like the first one that popped off, the first Deadpool Nice Pool short, I was just making stuff from sets I already had, from minifigures I already had in my collection. And so that was kind of scot-free, no pressure, whatever happens, happens. Obviously, back then it was no pressure. But the first one, when I bought an actual minifigure, was the Shirtless Wolverine. And that one, I spent about $18 to get that minifigure. And on Bricklink, of course, you got shipping, you got the fees and all that gunk that you have to worry about. But that's when I was like, all right, I have to get at least, I think it was going to be 120,000 views on this one, or else I'm losing money. And so I was immediately like sweating. The pressure's on. Pressure's on, ladies and gentlemen. This one would be a totally different story. The pressure would be wholly on, because dropping 300 bones on a set like this. We'll see. I know chat's gunning for me to get this one. It sounds like Work is saying do it. BrickQuest is saying it's calling your name. I'm sure Moments, you're probably thinking, I know you said that's one you ordered. How about this? If it's still there, if it's still in stock on March 1st in the morning, I will order one. I vow to order one, and certainly it will make any Red Dead Redemption short so much better. Like, it'll bring it to the next level. So I feel like people would appreciate that, and people would kind of latch on to that. And it would honestly maybe make the short just do even better. So we'll see about that. If it's still available on March 1st, I'll do it. I'm making a vow right now that I'll do it. Hey, Wolfle. Good to see you in chat. We're just we're talking about BDP sets and the fact that I may have talked myself into purchasing. You think it'll be gone by then, Work? You're probably right, which is kind of why I'm saying it, because I know the chances are slim. So, Wiffle, I did not buy General Store. I agree, though, that those two are really, really good pairings. Mainly because it's created by the same person. Ooh, work. That's a really good point. I would be ridiculous to miss out on that double points. Yeah, General Store was a really, really good set. It didn't sell too hot. So I think a lot of people are going to be kicking themselves on this one. But, ooh, I don't know if I would go that far. I don't know if I would say it's the best set from Season 1. That is a spicy hot take right there. That is a spicy take. Oh, so I haven't built it yet, but as far as the design, it just looks amazing. So we're going on to Series 5. I am very excited to see when these prices release. Delusion. We've got Delusion. Does that mean you're getting Thieves of Tortuga? Or is this not your kind of design? I know the back is open. I don't know if that's a deal breaker for you. But these prices should drop in about May, early May. I'm expecting these finalists are designs are finalized through May 1st, 2025. So I expect right around then prices are going to drop for this. And then we're going to find out that the Adventure in Transylvania is going to be approximately $399. So get your pocketbooks out. Actually, let's see. Oh, they're not going to show me prices, are they? I believe Mountain Fortress was $380. So I think Adventures in Transylvania is going to be about $380 as well, at least $380. Delusion says, no, I don't like the open back. I agree. And also for me, it is Cuba. Okay, so you want like older classic pirates. Got it. Hey, agreed. Agreed. Delusion. The rumored, or I should say the speculated Black Pearl set, is that something that you are going to be about if it comes to be? Is that something you're going to be about? Because I'll tell you, that is something I'm going to be about. 100%. I thought maybe that would be something you'd be about. So this is another interesting one because it folds up. Again, like Mountain Fortress. So it really shrinks up the design. It can look big. It can look really, really big. But then when it shrinks up, it's going to be interesting to see what this looks like on a table. Because like I said, looks absolutely gorgeous. Stunning, beautiful. But this is the open design. This is it open. It can close up. And it will be interesting to see what it looks like in person. Very intrigued to see what this looks like in person. But of course not. We're trying to stick to castle. I guess, well, that's the other thing that some people may not know. This is not a castle set. Adventure in Transylvania is not a castle set. It's a fantasy set, which makes sense. But still, it gives that castle sort of like mage, mystic vibes. Honestly, this one might be really, really good for Witcher. This kind of gives me the Witcher vibes. Maybe a little too new. New as in like the day and age, but still. Okay. Delusion is throwing some thoughts out there. The Transylvania will be a record in sold out, I believe. I could definitely see that being the case. Bringing it back to Castle, though. Series 6. Series 6 is probably, I would have to say, Series 6 might be the best dispersion of sets we've probably ever seen. Because here's your problem across the board. Now, I know that every series should have an average of about 2,500 parts. However, Thieves of Tortuga, while it maintains that average part, I think it was just over 2,500, it has two 4,000 piece sets, which kind of tells me when they were selecting and going down the line of which sets they wanted to choose, I believe they had to go farther down the line than they maybe wanted to because of conflicts within the LEGO portfolio. That's where my mind's at. So that kind of, it's not, the balance isn't there. We go back to Series 3. Okay, Series 3 has a good balance. It is definitely erring on towards the heavy side for some of these sets, but it still has a pretty good balance. Well, I kind of take that back. While not all of these are buildings per se, we've got building, 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 building. So, not ideal. Series 2, of course, has a pretty good dispersion. I dig it. Series 1 as well. But I think just as a whole, Series 6, you've got the token small set. This one is going to be approximately, well, probably $70. I'm going to go $70. Then you've got your prototypical building. Then you've got your big boy gold mine, which this one, well, it's not even that big. It's only 3,500 parts. And then, of course, you've got your castle set, so the castle fans can still be happy. Once again, open back. I don't know how people are going to feel about that one. Although it looks like this is on a hinge, so this one closes up. So it does kind of hide some of that open back, which I think will still, it should still look fairly clean. Yeah, there you go. This is probably one of the better shots of it. There you go. That's it closed up, I believe. So it's got that pretty good mix of terrain and building. But I don't know if it was the best castle within this series. The best castle set. Let's see. There were 53 castles. And this one had 2,500 parts. Let's sort by part. What up, Coop? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. So let me find about where that one was, because we had some beefy buildings in this latest series. This one is glorious. What just a beautiful design. Oh my, I don't even remember seeing this one. This one is beautiful. Oh, I remember it had the stained glass window. Yeah, this one looked great. Unfortunately, I was sold on the Elven castle for this one, so I didn't even really, my large set was kind of already determined. Let me find, of course, there's Delusion set. Ayo Cooper membership. Or should I say, forgot to cancel his membership. Oh, man. Woofle, you can blame... I can just about guarantee you can blame the Cullen House for that problem, if you will. I can just about guarantee it. So I think it's in this second one. Somehow it's skipping me. Okay, maybe it's in the first one. Oh, I'm such an idiot. It was selected. Of course it's not going to show up down here. But another one that I thought looked pretty solid. Let me get rid of these. Oh, Cooper. I think you missed it if you weren't here. But I told chat, I was on the fence because I thought to myself, you know what? At some point, I will be making a Red Dead Redemption 2 YouTube short with making characters. So having this train would look so good in the background. So I thought, oh, I really should get this one. But after tax, it's $300, which means on average, I'd have to get about 1.7, 1.8 million views on however many Red Dead Redemption shorts that I make. So I'm like, oh, should I do it? I mean, I wouldn't be getting it for another year. I'd have to wait that long to make Red Dead Redemption shorts. Would they pop as well if I was using those? So I told chat, I said, if this is still available on March 1st, when pre-orders are done, I will buy it. I'll buy it. I'll do it. So that's kind of my ultimatum I made to myself. Richie with the membership. Nice. Thanks for staying an intern. PBJ, channel member. Missed your message earlier. I saw it. I saw you hop in. Great to have you in chat. General store, man. So I think on Facebook Marketplace local to me, there is one for about $200. Oh, $180. So you're saying $180 is a really good deal. I have one for, there's one like right in town for $180. That honestly might almost beat. That's only $20 after tax. That's not bad. Richie, I can pull it up real quick. It is this one. General store. It retailed, it's pre-order, I should say, for $150. Okay, let's go back to Series 6. We were talking about, I was talking about maybe some other sets that looked, castle sets that maybe looked a little better. I think this one, I think it's by the same person as well. Brickhammer? Yeah. I think this one looks a little better. You guys will have to let me know. And it's a little more unique than another forest den or another sort of den. I feel like it is more expensive. It's 2,700 pieces. So it would be more expensive as opposed to 25. But I feel like, I don't know, I feel like it would be a little better. Delusion says now in Series 7, bring back red coat Imperials. Yeah, it seems like they've been pretty restrictive on some of these. Some of the palettes. So, yeah. No, I think this might be one of the first castle sets that doesn't sell out. Am I crazy in saying that? Is it still going to sell out just because people are going to have FOMO? I think you're right about that, Wolfle. Like people are going to have FOMO. It's going to roll into this set, and it's just going to sell out no matter what. I think is basically what it comes down to. It's going to sell out no matter what. So, you all have to let me know if I'm crazy about that, but I feel like it's going to be slower. I think it's going to take a full 12 hours to sell out. That feels right to me. But I'll tell you which one I will be getting. Actually, before I tell you, I want to look up River House. Oh, it's so beautiful. Unfortunately, we have to blame the Cullen House for this likely never becoming a set. I'm angry about it. I'm furious. I'm furious. Like, how many pieces is this? 2649? Oh. Can you guys imagine the footprint? Okay, it's going to be about the same size as the Cullen House, just like... Dude, I'm telling you, this set doesn't exist because of the Cullen House. It's hands down. It's just the truth. It's the truth. Someone tell me that I'm wrong. You know, I might just have to ask Alex myself and be like, tell me, this was voted high, wasn't it? This was voted high, and you guys had to say no because of the Cullen House. That's true as well, Delusion. It's not happening because you must remember the scalpers also know that the medieval castles sell like candy. Yeah, I agree there. Very true. Work says, I was surprised with how big Cullen House was in real life. It does look like it's got a pretty good chunky size to it, which is awesome. I hope to get that for if that drops to 150 ever, or I see it 150, I think I will. I'll be picking that one up. It'll be in Targets eventually, right? I think, or is it? Normally the Lego idea sets come to Target. Sometimes Walmart. But no, I love this. I love River House. Of course, this one is designed by the same designer who did the Orient Express and has a couple other BDP sets out there. Nobes should have it. That's good. So yeah, back to my original point of I think Series 6 is it has the best range. For me personally, I will be grabbing the Art Factory and the Goldmine Expedition. Goldmine is gorgeous, beautiful. I'm expecting it to be huge. So really excited about this one. I think Brick Project did a really, really good job with it. Just so many layers to it. Like you could layer it. You could layer it pretty evenly. It's like each layer could be its own kind of segment, especially this lowest one being the actual mine, the actual cavern. And then all the rooms on top of it and around it look fantastic. You got some TNT in the attic. But no, I really love that one. And I do not think I am alone. If I'm being completely blunt, I think Sequoia Tree Trail might have the hardest time selling. Partially because it's going to be about at least $250. This thing is at least $250. Right at 3,000 pieces. So I feel like it's just a little too large for the demand that I foresee happening with this set. Is anyone out there hoping for this one? Gonna grab this one once again? Yeah, literally, like I'm thinking of the use cases for this set. The use cases are Star Wars. Adding this section to a Lego city, so cool. That would be so cool. And like, you're not going to have this otherwise. I don't think you have a display like this any other way except because of the BDP. Like, Lego's not going to make a set like this. They're not going to do a Lego City UCS. We're not getting that ever. So it's really cool to see something like this out there. Everyone take a drink. But it's I think going up against, obviously, the little set is very likely going to sell out. They just always pretty much do. Yeah, Woofle, that price on that Sequoia Tree Trail, I'm concerned about it as well. I feel like they should be considering the demand for this, and if they want to move these, which, to be fair, the point of the BDP isn't to move product. It's not to entice new buyers to pick these things up. The purpose of the BDP is to give those who want this set a chance to buy this set. If 3,000 people want this set, okay, we'll make 3,000. 2,500 people, or I should say, if 2,980 people want this set, it's just not feasibly worth it to put it into production. If 25,000 people want the set, great, we'll make it happen. But the BDP, the way I see it, is it's meant to scale with the consumers, with those who want it. But yeah, no, I agree. It all comes down to that price. I feel like I'm hoping the pieces that make up the actual tree, I am really hoping they're just cheap, that they can make them cheap. And I think they should be prioritizing the ability to make this thing inexpensive as possible, but still keeping that bang. And then they'll move them. If they can do that, they'll move them. But they've got to be able to do that, or else it's going to be tough. And I know Alex and the team, they want every set to be wanted. People voted on these sets. People want these sets. So it'll be interesting to see how that works. Art Factory. Oh, Delusion, am I dreaming right now? Is that part that, what's it, medium nougat? That ain't a cheap part. I can't even tell exactly what it is. Is it a rounded 1x4? That's kind of what it looks like to me. Who knows what the internals... Oh, it's tubes? Are you sure? Because I see these slits. Oh, wait, I think I know what you mean. Interesting. Honestly, the more I think about it, the more I think that... Okay, so is it the rounded 1x4s? I feel like they should drop it. They should drop the max down to 25. They should at least drop it down to 25,000. I don't know why. I just kind of get the feeling like it's becoming too much. Yeah, Papa Rex saw Tubes. Look, Tubes is right there. His slightly less tan foot. Do they actually have a brown one? Oh yeah, there it is. There it is, Papa Rex. Right there. There it is. There's got to be another one somewhere. That's funny. Stability. That's a good point. That is a great point. I feel like they have to know that's an issue or will be an issue, and it's going to be addressed. I feel like this is pretty solid. The internals of this, they've got to be pretty solid, but I guess we'll have to find out. I will be very intrigued by the reviewers on this series. I feel like that'll be very important to watch. Then, of course, our good friend Brickister. Amazing designs. I love that this one was accepted. I wanted it so bad last time, and it didn't make it, but here we are. It made it. Made it this time. He was able to transform it from a typical modular to a proper acceptance into the BDP. Very excited about this one. The roof is also... Yes. Oh, yes. Marcos. Straight fire with his designs. I'm looking forward, Delusion Brick, with what you and... I don't know if Marcos is doing one this time. But if he's doing a design, of course, I'm looking forward to it. And I'm looking forward to your design as well. Because February 10th, which is in 2 days, on Monday, we will finally be able to look at the designs, at the submissions. And of course, I plan... Oh, so Marcos is resting, or are you resting this round? I think you said you were making a submission. Yeah, no, you submitted something. So Marcos must be taking a little break this round. That is a great point. We will be using that. I will be hopping in, leading the charge. Whoever joins. We'll be talking about all these submissions, kind of using a group aspect to this. And then once we /me, I mean, we might differ in some areas. We might come up with different thoughts or different conclusions. But ultimately, I'll go with my gut on this one. And then I'll make a video. And we'll see what kind of conclusions we can come up with. Ooh, got it. You created an Imperial red coat. Nice. That's exciting. I know, like I said, I'm very excited to see what everyone comes up with on Monday. It's gonna be fun. Like I said, it's one of my most favorite Lego times of the year. It's like my favorite times are when the submissions open, when the voting, I should say, opens, and of course when the finalists are revealed. Those are like the two best times for the BDP, and it happens many times. I think so far it's like 3 times a year. I don't think it's quite once a quarter. I think it's happened 3 times. So I'm really excited. I thought about live streaming. Unfortunately, I can't live stream this one because like you all know, or should know hopefully at this point, being a CPA doesn't allow for that much flexibility, I should say. So and unfortunately I won't be able to take even, I know typically we spend like 3 hours doing this. Probably shouldn't spend that much time for me because I gotta film and then quickly edit the video. So I won't be in the full 3 hours, I should say, for the Brickhound voice chat. But, you know, hopefully an hour and a half, because I'm going to have to do it anyways. I have to look through every single design for myself and see what can make it, see what I think. And, of course, every series, my metric for what could make it kind of gets fine-tuned based on what I see the fans choosing, what I see Bricklink choosing. Obviously, I could technically be right, but ultimately be wrong because of a portfolio conflict. There's obviously so many factors, but it's fun to guess. That's really what it's all about. I'm not trying to be like, oh, I didn't get it and beat myself up, be mad about it, but really just trying to have fun with it, guess what could be right, what could be happening, and then just sitting back and see what everyone else is guessing about. So it's a lot of fun to kind of play that game. But once again, I'm just very excited to see what's going to happen on Monday. Chances are I will be taking a peek here and there at work. I know I shouldn't. So I don't think anyone from work is watching this stream. I really doubt it. They're probably all just as tired as I am on a Saturday night and probably sleeping right now, or resting up, I should say. Not sleeping just yet. But yeah, once again, very excited on Monday. Probably take some peeks, at least to see what Delusion's making and my other friends who generally submit to the BDP are making. We'll be very excited to see that. And then, of course, getting interviews obviously would be awesome to get some interviews when we have maybe closer to the final designs. I think when they reveal the final designs, that's usually the funnest time to interview people. So, all right, Willful, thanks for stopping by. Great to see you. Have a great night, and I'll see you on Monday when we chat about the series. So I think Krakenator is the same guy that did. No, he's not. Krakenator has already won a previous design. I know that. I know that for a fact. Okay, he did Forest Stronghold. Got it. Yes. Series 7. And then, of course, Series 7 will be revealing March 17th. Monday, March 17th, which that's going to be here well before any of us knows it. I know that for a fact. For me, the weeks are flying right now for me. I don't know about for anyone else, but they are flying. Delusion, good night. Must go to sleep. Yes, please go to sleep. Oh my goodness, it is so late for you. Please do not stay on my account, but looking forward to seeing your design on Monday. Very excited, very excited. I know obviously you've got a huge win this year, but hey, finding out another win, that might not be so bad. That might not be so bad. Have a great night, and we'll talk later, I'm sure. It'll also be interesting to see which categories finally, if any new categories are winning. Of course, space and vehicles, I feel like, are two categories that we just don't see. We very, very rarely see, or ever, we've never seen a space or a vehicle win. And there's usually a couple designers that hit that each year or each series, but we've never had it yet. So I'm kind of intrigued to see if that's ever going to come to fruition and what kind of series we have out there. Because I know I won't be surprised when we inevitably see a couple building designs. Space and vehicles. Hey, Scott. Thanks for hopping in. Probably we're starting to wind down a little bit for tonight. Pretty quick stream overall. Work is wearing me down. So we were just talking about how much I hate Castle is basically what it came down to. I don't hate Castle. I just like other stuff more. Like buildings, like the Art Factory. But surprise, surprise. Siege Encampment sold out. Probably in 5 hours, less than 5 hours. Medieval Market sold out in a lot less than that. Probably 3 hours, just under 3 hours. So I will say I will be picking a castle set in Series 7 when the designs are revealed to us. I can almost guarantee that'll be a thing. Oh, Scott. So, since it sounds like you just joined for the evening, I gave myself an ultimatum with the train. I basically said, all right, I kind of said out loud, yeah, I'm not really a train guy, but then I also said, but I do really, really like Red Dead Redemption 2. So it's probably one of my most favorite video games, like top 3 favorite video games of all time. And so I said, it would look really, really good in the background of a short creating Red Dead Redemption characters in real life. Well, it's $300, so I'd have to get just shy of 2 million views to pay for it. So I'm kind of on the fence of whether or not I can make a short that'll get that much traction. And if it's worth it, if it can pay for itself, basically is what it comes down to. Because otherwise, I'm not planning on getting this train. It was never in the mental budget or anything like that. But if I can use it to enhance a short or enhance a video of some sort, then I could convince myself to do it. So just have to decide. It does look good. I like that it's got that minifig vibe to it. I feel like some of the trains like Orient Express, other stuff, it just doesn't have that minifig aspect to it, that minifig connection. This one does, and it just helps bring it to another level. So, I'm on the fence. I am on the fence. Pockets Master, how's it going? I like to take my time considering buying the BDP sets has saved me a lot of money when they end up selling out. I can believe that. And that's probably a smart way to go. Because there's a lot of people who they say, I try to take my time considering buying Bricklink sets, but then I'm worried about them selling out, and then I just buy them anyways. So they're like in the same boat as you, but they flip and just default to buying them instead of waiting. So I'm glad that you may be a little more prudent, because some people out there are not as prudent when it comes to purchasing things. So that's probably a good thing on your end. But yeah, I'm very excited to see where the future of the BDP goes. And I don't think I've announced it anywhere. Oh, really? I think I remember that. I think I remember you mentioned that. But no, Harbor Master, whew, so clean. Such a good set. Such a big set, honestly. It is a big footprint. But for the Series 7 reveal on March 17th, as of now, very tentative, not finalized by any means, but the plan is to do another reveal stream for the BDP with Bricklink, of course, in association with Bricklink. So the plan is to do that on March 17th. Pretty excited. Should be about more of the same. The plan, though, is to bring in a new creator, a new content creator who is hopefully I'll be able to find someone that's passionate, that enjoys the Bricklink Designer Program. I know there's several out there, so I'll be really excited to make that happen. But it's going to be exciting. Obviously, the last one, it seemed to go really, really well. We were holding about 1,500 people in the chat, and I haven't checked what the latest views on that video are. I would imagine it kind of stalled at 10,000 views. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, it has 10,000 views. I haven't watched that one since it came out. That's funny. That's cool. So, yeah, I'm excited about that one. Should be a lot of fun. The first one was fun, so I can only imagine this next one is going to be a lot of fun. But that being said, I think we're gonna wind down, call it for the evening. I've been going for a little over an hour. Gonna take some time to rest and relax. Maybe film the next short, or just take a little break. We'll see. We shall see. But thank you so much, everyone, for stopping by this evening. I hope you've had a fun time just kind of sitting back, chilling, talking about the Bricklink Designer Program and castle sets. I know a lot of you are castle fans. So the plan for the next stream, I'm trying to go back to the every other week schedule for my busy season. So I'm thinking the 22nd at the soonest. Might push it to March 1st. We'll see. So I want to have more of a topical content next time. Maybe bring in a guest to chat with. But yeah, we're chilling, making videos here and there, relaxing, hanging out with the boys in Discord. So once again, thank you so much, everyone, for stopping by. Scott, Delusion, Pockets Master at the end, Work, Woofle as well, Richie, Jake, Tozer, Riley. Thank you so much all for stopping by. Appreciate it. And we'll see you all in the next CPA-fol podcast. Have a great night.